We live, my man.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Birds of Prey ATL / Flying High Podcast. I am your host with my co-host. I am Travis. This is Nate, and we just here, man. Basically, we finna just make a rant, man. Talk about what's going on with the Eagles and the Falcons game, and what happened and what transpired. And Nate,
Just get a
let's
little
go
shit
in,
off
man.
our chest. Just get a little shit off our chest. This is that type of show. Today, fellas, ladies, and gents, let me correct this. It's one of those days. It's the middle of the week,
Yeah,
and it's one of those days. So we finna just get some shit off our
absolutely.
chest and chime in on a few positives and a whole lot of motherfucking negatives.
Right.
So, Travis, in all due respect, let it rip, my brother. Let it rip.
Well, like I said, we're gonna concentrate on the three positives first of any positive that we could find from this
I
game.
don't
That
even know
is,
if it's
you
three.
know, but this is the three I came up with, and I
All right.
think Nate might agree or disagree, but this is the three I came up with. Number one, the special teams. The special teams look good. Um, considering everything that happened, they tackle pretty good for the most part.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree to that.
we had pretty good returns when we did. The special teams looked good. It was a huge jump and improvement from last year.
Yeah,
So I will say that. So that looked like that's working.
yeah.
But Nate, how do you feel on that?
We're gonna see how consistent that actually stay. I'm gonna just leave it at
Right.
that. One game is just one game. But special teams is a drastic change from last year going off of one game. I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right, proceed.
All right. Positive number two, the run game. I thought the run game looked it really good, especially starting off. Cordell Patterson looked it really good. Looked like he's the number one back over Mike Davis. Mike Davis looked good too, but Cordell Patterson did more and looked better while doing it. But Nate, how you feel about it? Because I was impressed with Cordell Patterson. I can't lie.
Yeah, I was impressed with Cordell, but I wouldn't just give him the ranks of number one. As a change of pace back, I'm still will rely on Mike Davis to be the feature back, to do all the punishing, to start it off, and then sprinkle in a little bit of Cordell Patterson. Just because you break down the yard per carry, it doesn't allude and just promote him to be a number one, in my opinion. Because at the same time, he is a little lanky, and at the same time, we utilize him in other positions other than just running back. So you need to spread him around, use him as that utility knife, vice versa, Mike Davis. So I'm not on this. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon of just allowing Cordell Patterson to be our RB1. Just leave it like it is and let Mike Davis, little short, compact, take over and proceed with the number one running back spot.
And I'm glad you said that about the yards per carry because if I'm not mistaken, that man was averaging 7.7 yards a carry.
I know because they wasn't expecting.
If that's not number one ish back,
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter if it's number one. It's just you just dib and dab a little bit. Like he's gonna play wide receiver. He's gonna play
Right.
return.
But I'm just saying this is what I'm saying right here. This is what I'm saying. If he's averaging 7.7 yards a carry, I'm not saying he'll do that every game, but that's over what you would want from your number one back. So if he's doing that and Mike Davis can't achieve that, then you might have to take a serious look at switching him to a round. I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do to win going forward.
True.
Like now it's on the table. After that first performance, it's on the table.
I agree. I totally agree.
Everything is like Arthur Smith said. Now, there's one thing he did say: everything's on the table, and they looking to better themselves in every position. So,
but I'm just looking at just the punishment a running back actually has to go through, and Mike Davis is suitable for that punishment over time. Now, don't get me wrong. Mike Davis did look, and he had some good runs. At one point in the game, in the first and second quarter, he was averaging.
What was his average? It was like 5 point something.
He started off at around 5.5, 5.3.
Yeah, still really great for a running back.
exactly. So it was just,
They both looked good.
he's going to gain more. He's going to get more touches as a running back than Cordell Patterson. Now that's the difference. That's why
But
Cordell.
how do we know that Arthur Smith is not gonna put Cordell Patterson in that role and let him, after seeing that performance, let him start getting more carries
I mean,
than Mike Davis?
it's just all about game planning, and at the same time, it's just picking your poison when it
And
comes.
was it just me, or did it seem like when Cordell Patterson was in the game, his vision was like elite compared to Mike Davis's?
Give or take, Mike Davis didn't look that bad. Like
No, he didn't look bad, but what I'm saying is, I guess maybe I'm wording it wrong. When he was in the game, it's like he was finding all the holes. Like he was looking good while doing it. Like he was smooth with it, man. I can't lie. He was finding the holes, like
well,
the
if
hit
you,
quick, hard, fast.
well, if
Mike
you,
Davis was like kind of struggling after a while. Like he was getting stopped in the backfield. I didn't see that from Cordell Patterson. Cordell Patterson was going forward a lot and he was killing it, man. Like,
I mean, if we go back and look, if you, I want to contend to the point of they didn't ever run Cordell Patterson up the middle to allude to getting running into our left guard, our right guard. You know, dealing with they allow Cordell to get out in space. When Mike Davis was getting out on the edge, they was running stretch plays. Oh, he had the cutback lane. It was just when you average multiple carries and you're not getting positive, it's going to make your yard per carry a little bit slim. Vice versa, Cordell Patterson didn't get that many touches, a la like Mike Davis. So the yard per carry, that little number is like everybody needs to chill out with that number. It's all about the carry.
But I will say, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. He had 7 carries for, I think it was 64 yards.
Yeah. I mean, he made all his. See, that's the difference,
bro.
he made his carries count.
He almost had 100 yards. If he would have had a couple more, he would have had over 100 quickly.
Now, if one thing that I can honestly admit and say,
but I think Mike Davis would have got it too eventually. That's why I say I think we got a good one too.
Even though Mike Davis can catch the ball, all those little routes out in the backfield, I would like to see Cordell Patterson be featured more in those aspects.
And I also want to see Wayne Gallman Jr. We've yet to see him too. I want to see him too. I think he's going to be really good too.
Give him time. I understand it's just the first game. There's nothing to, don't want to sit here and act like we're panicking, but God damn it, I'm panicking. Because
panicking.
That's it right there. It's like we didn't expect that coming from a juggernaut offensive coordinator from Tennessee and expect us to look flat out not knowing how to play a damn football game. A high school team could have whooped our asses, and we probably would have just been like the same thing. But all right, on to the next one.
Okay, the third positive, which I know people probably gonna kill me for this, but the O-line, I think, proved that they can block overall, besides the penalties, when it comes to the running game, because they had to be blocking in order to have such a good running game.
I gotta disagree.
Okay.
Running game, yes.
I said running game.
No, okay. Running game looked good. Running game looked good.
Not the passing game.
When our how can I put this? When you basically have to change up your whole format, because we're basically a run first team. And we basically live off of play action and try to do everything off of running the ball. Now, when we got to basically just spread out and go gunslinging, that's not our forte. If anybody's chiming in, did anybody see Fletcher Cox just manhandle my boy Jeff Hennessy? And I got high expectations with Jeff Hennessy. I'm not even going to rag, Jalen Mayfield, because he's a rookie. But Jeff Hennessy, you got some experience, my brother. That was unacceptable. I'm going to need you to get your pad level down a little bit more, player. I mean, when it comes to that's the format of an offensive lineman, let alone in the pros. Coaches teach everybody pad level. If you're playing higher than the man you're going against, you're going to get your ass whooped every fucking time. It just happened. I mean, I don't even know what else to say, but Jeff Hennessy and Jalen Mayfield, I give him a pass because he's a rookie. First, you're going against a good defensive tackle, some hit, some beast. I'm not going to take nothing away from the Eagles, but I just hope and pray Jalen Mayfield learn from his mistakes.
Oh yeah, he'll learn, man.
You know,
It was key, and he got welcome to the NFL, man. It was welcome to the NFL
yeah.
moment,
But I mean,
basically.
shit, we got Sue and we got Via Vea next week.
Yeah, I mean, and he went against Fletcher Cox, man, like one of the best in the game to do it. So he got that experience. He got the tape to watch and sit and learn from and study. And he got some veterans like Grady Jarrett that can help him
Yeah.
with how Fletcher Cox was moving on him. And hopefully that'll bleed into this week and help him against, you got Big Vita Vea and Dominic Sue and Pierre Paul. And, he got them guys. So,
Oh yeah.
hopefully this will help.
And I mean,
So,
I'm not gonna give up. I ain't gonna jump the ship on Jalen because I mean
I think he'll be fine.
he's best suited to play guard. But I mean, it's just he gonna try by error.
Or
You got to
maybe,
go in the fire.
or maybe we're saying he best suited to play guard, but maybe they need to try him at tackle and see how he do because that's his original position.
Well, yeah, but his arms ain't long enough. So
I
that's
get
why
it. I get it, but I'm saying like we're saying that his arms ain't long enough, and we gotta look at what works. And if it's something on the field that ain't working, that's
Yeah.
probably his natural position.
yeah,
And just see. We can't lose. We can't do nothing but go up from here.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and who knows? He might flourish. He might flourish at it, and we'll be sitting there looking like I'll be damned. We should have
But
been had it.
but at the same time, we still got to find a left guard. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right.
lose situation right there. You got a new right tackle.
Well,
Then we still trying to figure something out at left guard.
what I say is this: you decided to go with Kyle Pitts with the number 4 overall,
Oh man,
and you could have went with the lineman, Panay Sewell, I think is his name.
he looking like trash too. So I mean,
But I'm saying you could have went there, and you wouldn't have had these problems probably, or you could have went Justin Fields, but that's another story. Like I've been saying,
that's still up in there.
we should have went Justin Fields. I've been saying it, but Arthur Smith felt like that was best for his scheme. What he wanted to do was Pitts. He felt like he was the best player on the board available at that time. So that's
but my whole thing with the Justin Fields thing, I understand the mobility, getting that escaping out of the pocket and stuff like that. But just if you have a veteran quarterback, and I'm not gonna sit here and just. I mean, I love Matt Ryan until he's dead, until he's gone. And in order to have a pocket passer that still he shows some mobility when it was called upon, but when you have a quarterback like that, you got to make sure the offensive line is strong. That's your number one job. If you have so much inexperience, center and left guard, that inside, those 3 dudes, you can't rely on Chris Lindstrom and 3 games or whatever, 2-year experienced center and a rookie guard and expect Matt Ryan to just basically sit back in the pocket and go through his progressions. You can't.
and this is my thing too on that. We keep talking about we got to fix the O line, the left guard, excuse me, and all this stuff. The O line this, O line that. Well, if you know that you're not gonna take an O lineman in the draft like early and fix that, like
I already know where you're going with that. Yeah, you need to get a running dude out there. Yeah,
get a quarterback. If you know you got a statue back there, get you a quarterback that can move around when all else fails and the line break down, because you got to be able to move around. This is the new NFL. These pass rushes are crazy now, stupid athletic, faster than some running backs out here. So, I mean, it just don't make sense to put a statue back there when you know you have offensive line problems and you don't address the offensive line early and expect them just to hold up. And what is Matt Ryan supposed to do?
Yeah.
What is he going to do?
Yeah.
So when it breaks down and he gets sacked or something, it's just like, I told you so. Like,
yeah,
you have to expect this. I mean, what is he supposed to do?
Exactly.
He's not that type of quarterback. So
he can run a little bit, but you can't expect him to run all the
right. Either move on from him, get you a running quarterback back there, not just a running quarterback, a dual threat quarterback that can move and make things happen on the go, so he'll be more fit better for this offensive line because this offensive line, as
Yeah.
a quarterback, you better be able to move, or it's gonna be a
And I
long
mean,
day.
and I mean, honestly, even if we had a mobile quarterback, if like, would a mobile quarterback actually even do any better? Because
Yes, absolutely,
I
yes,
mean, it's like,
absolutely. I'm
but you
not
still
saying they won't get
hold
sacked.
on, hold on, player. Because I mean, it's just you
You finna
still
start
want
me
to.
up. You finna
No,
start me up.
that's the whole point. Because I mean, even though we need a mobile quarterback, because our offense line, everybody and their mama know about our offensive line. They're not the most strongest, but they can do something. But it's just we still got receivers that need to go down the field. Now, Felipe Franks, in the preseason, he was sitting there just running, despite receivers not even trying to get open, or if they wasn't, they was open, he was running.
I think a
But he,
lot of Felipe Franks was. I think he didn't know the playbook as well as he proclaimed,
well, I mean,
and he was kind of freestyle lancing it out there.
that's back and forth. But I mean, it's just you have
So
to
that's why at times it looked like he looked lost. If
see,
you if you go back and look,
but that's
you know,
why I fully put the blame on Arthur Smith. I mean, we can
yeah,
sit here and point the finger.
they wasn't. He didn't have them prepared, and they wasn't prepared.
But
They're
my
not gonna
thing
sit there and tell me that they knew this playbook fully and they was prepared. They wasn't.
But I'm just saying, if you're going to sit here and we already know what type of quarterback Matt Ryan is, and having Josh Rosen and Felipe, good, talented quarterbacks behind a proven veteran, your first format should be making this offensive line as strong as it can, so you can actually be able to run efficiently on offense. I mean, you
Right.
can't have no weak spots. But other than that, I mean, it is what it is. Trial by error. We've seen some good things in the running game. It's just passing now. Now they got to go back and fix this shit. Like,
And I'm gonna get back to that later, but we're gonna move on to
oh yeah, let's go.
the three negatives. Now, number one, negative is bad coaching and no adjustments, not being prepared for this game. And I'm sitting here like I told my partner Nate earlier. How do you not be prepared? You had the whole off
2 weeks.
season. You had off season.
Yeah,
The
but I
whole
mean,
off season to get all your players together, learn who works with what, learn everybody's names, learn their continuity, learn what their tendencies are, what their strong points are, what their weaknesses are. Then you
true,
had preseason.
true.
And you didn't play none of the starters, get no continuity. Like I called it, I said they're gonna come. If they come out and play flat, we're gonna come back to this moment,
Yep, and
and
that's
we're
why
back
we
to this
are
moment.
here.
Yeah,
Why
we'll be
we are
back to
here.
this moment. So I said, if it works, Arthur Smith looks like a genius. His philosophy is he don't want to play the starters, so he want to risk getting them hurt. He want to play all the rookies and evaluate them that way. That way, if they pop on the page versus other team starters, then he know they can play in this league.
Yeah,
Great philosophy if it works. But obviously it didn't work. And so now Matt Ryan didn't play a snap, and he got out there and looked like he didn't play a snap. He looked at
Kyle Pitts.
slow. Yeah, Kyle Pitt. He looked at, like I said, Matt Ryan looked at slow, looked sluggish. Uh,
And
Passes
mind
wasn't on
you,
point. Didn't hardly pass. And usually Matt Ryan averages at least about 240 yards a game at least. This dude passed for 164 yards.
he broke that streak.
Like,
Damn.
dude, he averages at least 230 a
Made
game.
my boy Matty just looked like.
And like I said, the offensive line had no continuity with each other. The running game did look
Oh
good.
no,
They did do good versus with the run though. They did do good on that. But the pass,
it goes to the fact that Jeff Hennessy, a second year, third year player, don't even get no playing time in the preseason.
right?
That's
Like,
vital.
you sitting out here, and I done told Nate this a million times. You know, I done said this a million times. If you got the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, out there playing preseason, Matt Ryan and everybody else, they ass need to be out there playing. They ain't no excuse. That man can play. If anybody need to set preseason, it's Tom Brady. But Tom Brady is so competitive, and he got that line in him. He won't allow that. He wants to play, even preseason. He wants it all, man. That's the difference between a killer, a finisher, and somebody that's just a good player. It's a big difference, man.
And don't get me wrong, just to chime in on that.
And what you got to say about that?
I agree with Matt Ryan should have played. I mean, it's not as important in my mind as everybody on the offensive line just to gain that continuity, that feel for the man next to you, to be able to, get the kinks out of the double blocks, just to understand how everybody moves accordingly to each other. Those starting five, whoever is going to be a starting five, rotate guys, all this and that. But if you already proclaimed Jeff Hennessy to be the starter, why he's not in at least playing a series in the preseason next to Jalen Mayfield, Chris Lindstrom? You just can't hope and wish. Oh, we got Chris Lindstrom, we got Jake Matthews. Oh, they played a bunch of games in their career. They'll be fine. Jeff Hennessy probably played what, 10 games, and majority of half them games was at guard.
Right.
Alex Mack.
Art Smith said he didn't want to get nobody hurt, so
and this is why I blame Arthur Smith.
And I'm like, if you don't want to, I understand you not want to get nobody hurt, so you want to keep everybody healthy and still get your ass whooped with everybody healthy.
Yeah, it's unexcusable. It's unexcusable.
If you're not prepared, and I told you, us practicing in practice, doing touch football, like flag football tackles and practicing. I say when they get out there, your body's got to get kind of if you play football, you know what I'm talking about. Your body got to get a football callus, meaning you got to be able to get those bumps and bruises, take those hits in practice for your body to get acclimated. So when you get in the game, you actually be used to tackling and all this. When they got in the game, they're like they didn't know how to tackle, which it shows because we don't tackle in practice. So what do you expect?
Oh yeah,
when you get out there, them grown men's running up on you, and you ain't tackling in practice. What do you expect is gonna happen?
And then they showing behind the scenes.
It's muscle memory.
With motherfuckers getting in the ice bath, in the heat bath. Motherfucker, y'all ain't even tackling. Why the fuck is y'all soaking your bones and muscles?
They out there hitting all high, trying to grab with the arms and hands and bring people down. Like,
I forgot. Okay, the back and forth, the muscle tension, this and that. But if you ain't getting no bumps and bruises, you just playing flag football out there in practice. Yeah. Why is you even ice bathing?
And then that's really the real way where your people start getting hurt because their body's not used to taking them type of hits.
Yeah.
And that's when you get hurt.
Yeah.
So I just never understood that. But, moving on to you got anything else you want to say on that?
Keep it going, because this is just like sad. This is sad.
All right, moving on to negative number 2. Not scoring in the red zone and not spreading the ball around enough to everybody.
Oh, let me go on this one.
Go for it.
And I know I've heard a lot and I've seen a lot of videos, but I've been trying. That was the first thing I said when I was watching the game. First 2 drives was extraordinary, especially coming out the gate. We was moving up and down the field, but that first drive, I was like on the edge of my seat. I know every other Falcon fan was. Like, oh shit, we moving the ball, we running the ball.
I thought we was finna dominate. I really did.
Yeah, really over the middle. Play action pass. Ooh, we was looking good. Got to the red zone.
Same old.
My whole thing was, where the fuck was Kyle Pitts? Oh, he on the sideline.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why do you waste and I've seen everybody, and I know everybody said, but why would you waste a 4th round pick on a unicorn specimen like Kyle Pitts to replace Julio Jones' production, and you in the money position, which is the red zone, to score a touchdown, which arguably been our problem for I don't know how long, 3 since Kyle Shanahan left.
Yeah,
and you put his ass on the sideline. Wow.
See, I think what Arthur Smith was thinking that since Cal Smith is a unicorn, like everybody's saying, he's special. That he don't have to be in the game. His aura alone, like Rick James' aura, when he had it, when Chappelle was talking about his aura alone, even on the sideline, will help the players in the inside of the field do their thing and still, catch and execute in the red zone. I think that's what Arthur Smith was thinking, man. The dude is that special, man. He's that special.
All I gotta say is, man, fuck your couch.
The dude is that special, man. Like,
this is the first game of the season.
How do you have Kyle Pitts out every time you get the red? Like, what is going on with that? Like, I'm glad you pointed that out, Nate, because that was something that I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Like, I just don't know what Arthur Smith and Dave Ragone was doing.
Oh my God.
Or Doug Ragone, whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever. See, that's why he's not the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but see, he's the co
I
assistant
know.
underscore that, which I don't even understand the shit. I don't know if it's. I think
Assistant.
Arthur is calling the plays, and I think Dave or Doug were gonna come up with the plays with him. They in the room, they meet with each other and help formulate the plays together. Or Arthur displays them. I guess. I don't know.
You know, and another thing I want to chime in is like why you don't have no bunch formations in the red zone. You just spread everybody out and just honestly expect everybody to mono mono. These motherfuckers sitting in zone, but you assuming they in man coverage. But during the press conference, oh, we expect them to be in zone. But okay, if you expect them to be in zone, why you don't have no bunch formation?
You know why they
So,
didn't have
so
no bunch formation, none of that? Because what we saw was very vanilla. They was very vanilla on
man,
offense.
that's what you do in preseason. So
Yeah,
this was officially our first preseason game with
and
the
that's what
starters.
I told people at work. I said, since when they had
Yeah,
no real preseason game where everybody's starting, this was really a preseason game. Honestly, I'll keep it real.
yeah, okay.
And you don't have no plays really drawn up like that because it's very vanilla. Like there's no creativity at all, like none. So I
And
don't
I ain't
know.
even got on the defensive side. I ain't
Yeah,
even got on the
and I don't know if Doug Regone came up with that or him or them together. I don't even know how they doing that. I just know Doug Regone or Dave Regone, whatever his name is. It says that
it's Dave, it's
yeah,
Doug, dog.
Doug. Which one is it? I don't know.
DG, we gonna call him DR. Let's call him
I'm
DR.
so messed up right now, man. And I know this coach's name, but I can't think right now. It's been a long day at work. Got off. I'm tired. Guys,
Yeah,
forgive me. But yeah, him.
we
You know
had
what
to
I'm
get
talking
this
about.
out. Oh yeah, we know.
Yeah, but
Everybody know. Everybody know.
him not creating no plays, man, like being creative, that killed us a lot too. Because everything we did, the other team knew exactly what we was doing. You know, like it wasn't no secret to what we was doing. So
I mean, shoot, when Philly, you just basically let Philly just rush forward and then everybody play zone. I mean, and you still not threatening. I mean, what can you do? Then when you turn around, you run the ball in the first two quarters good. Then you basically help Philly score at different times. I mean, it's not like Philly was doing something just spectacular
right,
or just move like because we were stopping them. But it was like countless times where we did just put that. We got basically we carried help. Yo, come on, we gonna help you to the end zone. We
yeah,
gonna help you get an extra 15 yards.
and
We gonna
like I
help you
said,
get.
Philly, man, Philly is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking that. They did what they were supposed to do. They took advantage of our mistakes. That's
Well,
basically what it was.
that's what every
Yeah,
team needs to do.
hella penalties. You know, false starts, stuff like that. Little stuff that can be fixed. That can be fixed. So that's the good news. Like I say, you know, stuff like that. But was it really Philly being that good, or was we that bad? Or was
Yeah,
it a combination of the two? Like that's what we really got to look at because we gave that game away. We
yeah.
the defense had so many stops, even after we were struggling. The defense still had stops to where keeping us in the game for a long time. Offense still could not produce
See,
any
but
points.
even on offense, we was moving down the field, but at the same time, Philly wasn't really just doing nothing spectacular. We was basically killing ourselves.
How many
It was
times we get in the red zone?
it
Twice,
was we
three
got in the
times.
red zone twice, but we also was moving down the field two to three more times, having two pass interference, false starts. When you basically
Yeah,
start moving, start gaining momentum to get just start building some type of rhythm. The next thing you know, false start. The next thing you know, pass interference. Next thing you know, I mean, it
we was
just
killing ourselves,
it
man.
kills everything. That's why I mean, no Philly fan can honestly talk shit because if you really know football, you
Oh,
will
they
see.
talking. They talking mad
I mean,
shit
it's
right
gonna you're gonna talk when you beat them up on the team 33,
now. Yeah,
30 something to
and
6.
rightfully so.
But,
They deserve it. I mean, because we'll be talking
but
the
at the
same way
same
if we did somebody like that.
exactly. Because I mean, but real recognize real. We helped y'all get that win. It is what it is. We just need to correct all these stupid
But
dumbass.
I'm also not going to take away from Philip just because they came in, they was prepared to play.
Yeah.
He wasn't. That's
Oh
the
yeah.
bottom line. That's basically what it came down to. They was prepared. They was coached well, and they
Oh yeah.
executed.
Because
We
I
didn't
mean,
do none of that.
another thing on defense, when you're playing a mobile quarterback, you got to set the fucking edge.
No
You
contain.
can't
We had
sit there.
no contain the whole game. None.
You can't you honestly can't run stunts damn
They was
near every other play and expect the quarterback to sit there and just you're not doing nothing. He's just gonna be patient enough to once that stunt do they little crisscross because he got mammoth ass offensive line. So once he see a dude get pancake,
yeah, that
oh
offensive
that's
line.
lame.
I
Oh
like
that's
the
lame.
offensive line though. I can't
Oh
front.
that's lame.
They
And
them
mind you,
boys,
that's without Jake Peters or Jason Peters.
yeah.
They had
And
two backups, my nigga.
we was over rushing. Like we'll get pressure or hurries, but we would over rush. We would commit so hard to where we wasn't playing no contain, and then Jalen Hurts would just step out and just
Yeah,
run on us.
time
And
and
then,
route.
and then he's so athletic and so fast to where our linemen couldn't even keep up with him. We couldn't even catch him. Like he was just
Yeah.
doing what he wanted. He was playing backyard football out there, man.
No, I
Basically.
mean it's like when you give a person what he want. We literally demonstrated taking what the defense give you, and
Right.
Jalen Hurts basically we made him look.
But I've said it though. You know, Nate, I've preached for Jalen Hurts. I wanted to trade for Jalen Hurts last year. Did I not say this?
Yeah,
That
you said
boy's
it.
nice. He's nice, man. I've been saying he's nice, and that's why I said I can't take that away from him. The boy is nice, and he's going to be a star in this league. I'm telling you, he's going to be a star.
He
I've
looked
been
decent.
saying this, and if the Falcons would have traded for him, he could have been the future, and we would have been set. But no, we could have got him pretty cheap too. At the time, the Eagles didn't want him. They was talking about going another direction. So now they on board. Now, oh, they love him, but it's been a
But
conflict with him
Philly
the whole
fans
time.
is probably you could say they worse than our fans, but
No,
we can
can't.
argue. We
No,
can
no,
argue
Philly got one thing I will say about Philly. They a diehard fan base, and they got a hell of a fan base. And
but at the same time, if your ass ain't doing
I
what
don't
you
want to
say,
compare nobody fan base to ours. We got the worst fans in the
yeah,
league.
I know we do,
Like I ain't gonna even sit there and sugarcoat it or front it.
we
Our
do.
fans are the worst, man. We are literally the only fan base that fights within the organization. Fights ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
50-50. Half for Matt Ryan, half against Matt Ryan. This is us. This is us right here. While everybody else celebrates who they got and just be like, okay, this is our quarterback. This is who we rolling with. Let's go. You don't hear that in other fan bases. You just don't hear it. It's just us, man.
Yeah.
Our fan base is terrible, man. It's like literally terrible.
They don't look at no positive. They don't sit there and say, okay, this and that. Everybody know what the hell is going on.
I mean, Oakland Raiders are still riding with Derek Carr for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. He stepped up. He beat Ravens in overtime, although Ravens is a injury-ridden team right now. Maybe they took advantage of that a little bit. But, hey, they did what they're supposed to do. They won at home. They took care of home. That's what they're supposed to do, and they did it. They
But
found
at
a way
one
to get
point,
a big victory, and they did.
but at one point, the Derek Carr had a shitty ass offensive line. What they do? They fixed it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to. But
Yeah,
Derek Carr also can move, though.
yeah, he can move.
That's the difference.
He was
That's going to always be the difference. See, the
but
thing is, I don't care.
he's still a pocket passer though.
Yeah, but I've seen him. He can run though. He can get out that pocket, and he's done it plenty of times. That's
Not his
gonna always.
That's not his forte though.
No, I get it, but when stuff break down, he's gonna make something happen if he can. And see, and this is gonna always be the topic with us when we talking about Matt Ryan. I don't care how much you fix the offensive line. Eventually, sometime they're gonna break down, and when they break down, what are you gonna do?
I get it.
We're gonna always come back to this. So
Number 3.
And that's it. Do you have anything else to say on that? That's the 3 negatives. The bad coaching, no adjustments, not scoring in the red zone and spreading the ball around, not going to and let me touch on this too. Not going to all your weapons. You got all these weapons out here. Listen, and I'm not saying when the offensive line was breaking down, wasn't giving you time, you was taking sacks. Okay, fine. I give you that. But when you had time, how do you not go to Russell Gage, your number 2 receiver, into the fourth quarter? Make that make sense.
Yeah, and just to chime in on that, I've watched Arthur Smith's interview roughly 3, maybe 4 times, and he actually admitted that he didn't formulate and do any plays to allow Russell Gage early in the game. Now, I don't know if that is just by design or just it is what it is. I kind of think it's kind of back and forth.
If that's by design, he need to be fired ASAP. I know he just
got
here.
Because I mean, it's just because I'm just like you. this is not what I was expecting when it comes to just
And then you go to Kyle
offensive.
Pitts like what 4 times out of the whole
On the
game, something like that.
only catch I can remember him making is that fourth down catch.
And
That's
I
it.
didn't even see. The only person I seen was Keith Smith, Hayden Hurst, Kyle Pitts, Russell Gage, and Ridley. And I didn't see nothing from Frank Darby. I didn't see Tajay Sharp, Zacchaeus, none of that. I didn't see none of that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't see no different player personnel. I didn't see
Yeah,
no
I don't know what happened to
like
all our receivers. I don't know.
I want. That's why I mean it's just like I'm blaming the coaching. I understand the players is on the field and they got to execute. I totally get that. But when it comes to formulate a game plan and dictating what you're trying to do instead of just playing vanilla offense, line up. Our man is better than yours. I don't know what team can actually do that
And what
on a
happened
consistent
to the
basis.
double tight end sets with Hayden Hurst and
Yeah,
Kyle
the
Pitts? Why you not using that? The 12
12 player
personnel. Why you not
personnel,
using
all
it?
that. It's just
I was expecting to see Hayden Hurst and Kyle Pitts together out there killing people. I
yeah.
didn't see none of that.
I mean, it was a lack of creativity when it came to coaching, but at the same time, when you do have, so that's why I say when it's 50-50, but I still got to blame Arthur Smith. But the players do have to play up to their ability. They really do. This is professional football, and you got to either be a dog or become a motherfucking.
Right, and like I said, and this is the second part to that third. We covered the penalties and stuff. No pass rush. There was no pass rush to be found besides Tatui Mariner getting one, and I think we got a couple of hurries. But besides that, where was
I,
Dante Fowler? Nowhere to be found.
well, the pass rush in the secondary and the it's basically defense got to work together.
Defense was terrible.
And don't get me wrong, we had some stops, we had some bright
I mean,
spots.
they had some stops overall, like to keep us in the game. But if you just talking about strictly getting to the quarterback, getting sacks,
Oh yeah.
we had none of
If you
that.
think about that Tucci, that
Like one, we had like one sack.
Tucci sack, you gotta go back and look how long it took him to get him.
He had to run around and come
Yeah.
from behind to get that.
So at the same time, that lets you know when he did that, we actually had good coverage.
Yeah.
But when you sitting there and you blitz a corner, then you open up a spot. The tight end runs an option route. Oh, it's nothing but grass over there. That allows the quarterback to get the ball out of his hands. And you ain't got nobody to fall back. It's little nuances like that where everybody got it, especially when you're running design, zone coverage, you're doing this zone blitz, you got to be able to communicate.
But we're gonna get back to that pass rush. We're gonna get back to that.
But that pass rush, Dante Fowler getting bent over. I mean, he should have just crawled. He didn't even have to do no damn first step, no nothing.
I don't know. I know it's early.
I want to say that was Marlon Davis. He got pancaked.
Well, I say it's early. It's first game. I get that, but if this is an indication of what we're going to see going forward, like with the pass rush and Fowler, listen, man, like you should have showed up a little bit, even in the first game. You should have been amped and ready to go. Like I don't know what's going on with Fowler.
My thing is,
still,
I know these dudes is 300 some pounds, but just watching that game, it's like me running up on a 6'6". That's like me running up on Shaquille O'Neal, just running straight on his belly button. And he'd be able to get his massive hands on me. Like, I ain't gonna be able to move. I'm just 6'2". I'm sorry. But I mean, it's just you running up on it, you ain't getting no move, you ain't running no stunts. You just can't be running up on these big ass dudes and expect they ass to just move them. You ain't giving no arm bar. You ain't chopping. You ain't doing shit. You just like want to go up and get these motherfuckers.
Like I said, and I'm 5'9", so that's even worse. Like, but you know what? I'm gonna get loose though. I'm gonna get.
You got to do something. Grady Jerry is fucking under 6 foot, and he pretty much was the only one that was at least applying somewhat of pressure. But that's Grady Jerry though.
But I'm sick of pressures. I want sacks.
That's Grady Jerry though. But I mean, he's steady. He's the only one. That's the only one we got to rely on.
Because we ain't got no pass rush, man.
Like,
We in the same boat we was in. We thought we fixed it, or maybe
yeah,
I mean it's early though. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. Maybe they gotta get time to get continuity with each other and really
but damn that.
I don't know.
My last little further ado, we should have fucking found us a traditional fucking nose tackle. Tyler Davidson. Slob ass, like fuck him. Fuck him. I don't care.
It was plenty in the draft
I don't care.
once
Like,
again.
dog, motherfucker
And
over there
then
playing paper, rocks, and scissors with the. Come on, man. Come on.
these are our last points right here, guys. These are our last points. These are considerations going forward.
Shit,
Okay.
I don't even know if I got one.
My number one consideration. Now I know people gonna hate, especially Falcon fans, gonna hate this, and I know why they're gonna hate this for the most part. I'm not even gonna say why, but you know why. People know you. People know you know. Cam Newton.
Hell no.
This is a consideration of bringing him in, and the reason I say this, when I say this, it won't sound so crazy.
Okay.
Just hear me out.
Okay.
You just I think you got room on the practice squad. I don't we got room on the practice squad for like one person or something like that. One or two people.
No, I think we filled them, but we can cut somebody.
Okay, after that, we can cut. Say we cut somebody.
Yeah.
We can move Felipe Franks to the practice squad. Bring in Cam. Let Felipe develop more, and you have Cam and Josh Rosen at backup, and let them vie for the backup position, which won't be a bad thing. That'll be even better. Our backup situation be even better.
You know
That
what?
way, when Matt Ryan continues to stink it up, and they make a change, and he gets benched, you can have Cam or Josh Rosen come in, because that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, Nate, it's gonna go down. It's gonna happen.
Just to counteract on that, I'd rather put Josh Rosen because it don't look like nobody want Josh Rosen.
No, but this is what I'm saying. No,
No,
I'm
I'm just
saying
saying, like
let
Josh
Cam
Rosen.
and Josh vie for the second. But either
Yeah,
way, you keep three. You keep three quarterbacks. You still
you
have
gotta
three
keep
on the
that out.
roster.
Yeah, but I mean, with Felipe Franks, his running ability and his cannon arm, I don't want to take the chance of putting him on a practice squad for somebody to else sign him and develop him other than us. So I'll keep him on the active roster, and I'll put Josh Rosen just to make a spot. If you want to consider Cam Newton, I
Well,
ain't
I mean,
consider,
well,
but I'm just
you got
saying
but
the
you got
whole
to put the
reason
best
why.
two that give you a chance to win, though. Josh
But
Rosen and Cam will give you the best chance to win.
I'm just assuming Josh Rosen because everybody everywhere else Josh Rosen went, he ended up getting cut any fucking way. So just
Right,
put him
but
on the practice spot.
he's still a good backup in this league,
This
and
is a good backup.
somebody will be dying to get Josh
Somebody
Rosen.
ain't gonna
Trust
pick up Josh Rosen. Nigga, we the
me.
Falcons. We
I know,
picked him up.
but you got to think about this though. Like like I say, you put Felipe Franks on the practice squad, let him develop. And even if somebody get him, is he really going to be our future? I mean, let's be real. Is he going to be our future? Because we're probably going to draft the quarterback next year.
Well, I mean,
You
we
know,
gonna have to. If
yeah.
our offensive
And
line,
but if you can get Cam this year, only reason I'm saying that because if it gets really bad going forward, which is bad now, but if it gets really bad going forward,
I don't even know why I'm in
and
this conversation.
I'm just
You know
saying,
how I feel about Cam
and
Zach.
I know, but I'm saying, but Arthur Smith, if you don't get it done, he will bench your ass. It's been proven he will do it.
Yeah, but he'll
So
bench Cam. Shit, Cam ain't shit.
I get it, but I'm just saying, but if we got something and it ain't working, Nate, we already at the bottom. If it ain't working, you
I
got to
get
try
that.
new things.
I
You got to
get
try
that.
new things, and who knows? Cam might find his spot with us. It could be the spot for him. We don't know. We ain't never seen him with us, so we don't know. We can't say. We don't know. And we do have a lot of weapons, and Cam can move out that pocket. So if stuff was to break down, he can at least move around and buy time to find somebody downfield.
So
And
you know he's
will
gonna only throw the
will he?
ball to Kyle Pitts because he's the only tallest motherfucker that can actually catch every ball that Cam Newton
I was
throws.
just going to say, I know you're going to go there. Like I said, now will he work on his accuracy? That remains to be seen. And his touch when he throw downfield, that remains to be seen. But you got big ass Hayden Hurts and Kyle Pitts. You should be fine.
He gonna overthrow everybody. Everybody.
But Kyle Pitts, man, like I said, it was a lackluster debut, which really wasn't his fault. Some of it, he could have been better when he was, but one pass, Matt Ryan, I seen he led him all the way out of bounds, and he had to stretch out and grab the pass, and it was out of bounds.
I mean, being 6'6", athletic as he is, I mean, hey, toe tag swag. I still think it's catchable because he caught it. He was just out of bounds.
Oh, he
So,
called
but
it.
I
It was
mean,
just out of bounds. That's why I say they
yeah,
let him so far out of
but
bounds.
I mean,
Called it. I mean,
that, he,
you
but
know,
he caught it. Uh, as long as he, if he would have got that other toe, like I say, the man is 6'6". He's a professional athlete. I'm not gonna make no excuses for nothing. All in all, the only thing, just when we're in the fucking red zone, leave Kyle Pitts on the fucking field. He is
and
not tired.
Matt Ryan has got going forward. Has got to do better of getting everybody involved. This should
Yeah,
be everybody should be touching this ball. You got too many weapons for
yeah,
just you see. And then when he do go to the people that I named earlier, he ain't going on to him on a consistent basis. He's
yeah.
like
It's all. I
going to
mean,
him
it's
three or four times a game. Like, what is that? Like, dude,
yeah.
what is
I
that?
think that's the collective of everything on offense. Just the coach got to formulate a better game plan, and Matt Ryan do have to, start getting everybody involved. So I ain't gonna just specifically put that on Matt Ryan. I got to put that on
I'm putting it
just
on everybody.
communication.
I'm putting it
Yeah,
on the whole
just
team.
communication of the offense. You got to get everybody involved just to get a good feeling to be unpredictable. That's
And another
all it is.
and another thing, like I said, we need to. I know we trying to bring in some new linemen, but I don't know what we can do at this point. But we got to figure this guard situation out.
Oh hell yeah!
We got to figure it out because it's getting crazy. And
Shit, we got to figure out the center because shit.
center and guard, for that matter.
Jeff Hennessy
So
disappointed me. I'm
yeah,
sorry, dog. You guys either got to learn how to
got
play under your pads
like I said, we got
and
to run
play
to
with
Tampa.
leverage.
We got to play at Tampa this week, and coming
Sue
off of
and
that
beat
ass
us.
whooping we just got, we got to
All
come
right.
back and play motivated and be ready to play because we got to show that we can bounce back from something like that. This is going to tell a lot about our team. Do we have the heart to bounce back? To
And
rise
what's
from
your
that adversity.
and
You know what I
what
mean?
what's your take on this? And this will be our final thoughts because I mean we did run a little over, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have we
Oh,
had a
I
lot.
still got two more before we go further. I still
Oh,
got yeah. Still not done. Almost done though. Almost there.
okay.
Now, trade deadline coming up. We have to trade for a dominant pass rush. It's time to get a dominant pass rush in Atlanta again. We need
Yes.
this because these guys that we're trying saying, oh, they're gonna be good. I hope they be good, and they got potential. Potential ain't gonna do them but get you fired. We need somebody that's proven at this point.
You know what? We should have like
Set.
you did say. I can honestly contest. You did say about going after Chandler Jones, and you see what Chandler Jones did by his damn self against a All Pro Bowl left tackle in Taylor Lewan. Yes, yes, you did say that.
I mean, it don't take a genius to figure this stuff out, man. Some of
Yeah,
this stuff is like common sense.
that
But
he
But
would have
what
been.
we do, we're not serious until this franchise gets serious about winning, man. We're not serious. Bottom line, Nate, you know it and I know it. We're not
Yeah,
serious about winning, man. We're not.
yeah,
If we was, we'll be out there trying every single thing to get this team on base. We should
and
have a dominant pass rush to go with Grady Jarrett. That's what Grady needs. That's why Grady's struggling so much. He needs a
yeah,
dominant pass rusher with him to help him to excel, to really
and
bring
I
out his best of his ability.
and I totally understand our cap situation, but this is the franchise's fault.
Got to do it, man.
So you got to spend money. If the Saints can spend money that they don't have, shit, why the fuck we can't?
Right, and like I said, sometimes you just gotta eat that money, man. Teams have done it in the past plenty of times. Sometimes you gotta eat that money. And as far as Matt Ryan, do you trade Matt Ryan at the deadline? Is there a possibility? Is there any what thing we can do to get him up out of here? If he's struggling still at the deadline,
When's our deadline?
I don't know. I think you said like around week 6 or something like that. Trade deadline,
I'm gonna say
week
if we
8.
are, if we look the way we do, 2 to 3 games in a row.
Oh, if we
Yeah,
start off 0-4, like
yeah,
last year, we start 0-4, 0-5. He gotta go.
yeah.
There's no there's no saving this man at this. And
Now,
I told you going in.
if we go 0-4, then that officially put a stamp on rebuild mode.
Well,
Like,
we in rebuild mode now.
you
I
know,
told you we in rebuild mode now. We just got. Let me tell you guys something. We in rebuild mode now. The team is rebuilding, but we're keeping Matt Ryan. We're in rebuild mode with Matt Ryan. The whole team, for the most part, is young, and we're keeping the veteran Matt Ryan, which makes no
I
sense to
mean,
me.
Matt Ryan, Jake Matthews,
I mean, you got a couple, but really, Matt Ryan,
Grady,
he's got to go.
Derek,
That's just the bottom line.
Deion Jones. Because I mean, Deion Jones don't even look like Deion Jones no more.
Right. I was
That
saying
shit.
this. I was saying this in the offseason, was I not? I said Fourier is looking better, and everybody laughed at me and said I was crazy.
Um, like shit. I can go on. We can go on and on. We can go on
And,
and
and,
on.
and it's the last one before we get out of here. My man Nate came up with this one, which he made a great point. He said, should Cordell Patterson get more carries? And I think he should. You know, from what I seen, the dude was averaging 7.7 yards a carry. And then when he got in there, he actually, I think Mike Davis was averaging like 5.5, something like that, which is both is really good. Because if you averaging 4 yards a carry, that's great for a running back. So if you get anything over that, that's epic. So for Cordell Patterson, I didn't even think they was going to run him that much from running back position in this game. I thought he was going to be playing from like wide receiver, doing reverses, stuff like that. But he was averaging 7.7 yards a carry and looking good while doing it and really showing patience getting through the holes. And he looked it better than Mike Davis in this game. I hate to say it, Nate, but he did. I mean, I
Yeah,
got to go by what
I
I
mean
see.
he did. But that proves to be a good 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it's
And
a good 1-2 punch. But
I I
can
just
Cordell be the number one? If he keeps this up, might have to consider putting him at number one.
see, but I wouldn't put him at number one because he's going to get touches at wide receiver, kickoff return. So he's going to get touches everywhere else just besides running back.
But you might not have to have him at wide receiver if he's doing that good at running
Why
back. You
not?
got other because you got other receivers for that.
But he's a good. But you can if you can move him around and have open up. See, but the thing is, if you can bring out different packages and utilize them to his strength, his like that dude has astronomical potential other than just playing running back.
No,
And
no,
he,
I get what you're saying, but
yeah,
I'm saying if we trying to run the ball and we ain't had keep in mind we ain't had no running game in. I don't know how long.
exactly. I get that though. But I
And
mean,
if
like
it's
I'm saying,
working and he's averaging, let's just say he's averaging 7 yards a carry when he's in.
yeah,
You can't mess with that. You got to leave that be. You can't.
okay. But at the same time, over time, like at one point, he was averaging 11 yards per carry. The more carries he was getting, that's what dropped down his average.
And I think
Yeah,
he would have got
despite
stronger as he would have went if they would have kept giving him the ball. I think.
yeah, but I mean, I'm cool with Mike Davis taking majority of the carries, take up the bruises, the bumps and bruises, all that comes with the running game. Because I see Cordell Patterson more important than I see Mike Davis.
I mean, I like them both.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
I'm
and I
just
like
saying,
them both.
me myself.
But
I'm just tell you how I'm looking at
it's
it.
just the physicality that comes with the running back. And don't get me wrong, I know he look at it, it's pretty much looking like a return man when he's in the backfield.
Cordell
Um,
is looking pretty
Cordell is
physical
nice.
when he runs
He's
that
nice,
ball. He's a big
you
dude.
know.
So he ain't no
But
little guy.
and you don't know what he really is. Is he a wide receiver
He's
or
a tweener. He's a
or is
tweener.
he a running back? I
Yeah,
mean,
he's a
I just see him as after watching this past game, I just see him a return man, just being a change of pace back. That's it.
yeah, he's a tweener. But if he's
Uh,
running like that, I'm good with
I
that,
mean,
and I leave that be. I wouldn't even mess with it if it's
he gives
me.
you a different element, which I like, and I wanted to
And
stay like that.
and coach also said he's trying to win. So if you're trying to win, you don't mess with a good thing. If you got something that good, 7.7, man, it's coaches that'll kill for that
Yeah,
formula
but
right
Mike,
there.
Mike Davis can average a good. He can average a good amount of yardage too.
No, I get it. I'm just talking about the starter.
Yeah.
Both of them still gonna be playing, but I'm just saying if he's running that good, man, like why mess with it?
Well, I
I
mean,
would,
you never know. He might end up starting one game, depending on who our opponent is. You never know.
that's what I'm saying. Like this game right here, we're gonna need it. We're
Yeah,
definitely gonna need it.
because I
We're
mean,
gonna control that clock, keep it away from Tom Brady.
it's all about just different matchups, and just how you going to feature each player.
Yeah.
And I mean, it may subject to change. You never know. I
Right,
mean,
right,
one week might be Mike Davis, next week might be Cordell Patterson.
right. Just
It
keep an
might
eye on
even
that.
be
Keep an eye on that, guys, because that's gonna be very interesting for whoever may see this. That's gonna be
I
very
mean, it
interesting.
might even be Wayne. You never know. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. And I'm ready to see him
injuries
too. See
occur.
what he got.
Injuries occur. Everything's going to be open. To the possibility of doesn't matter.
And like I
But
said, I know we ran a little long. We was only supposed to go like 30 minutes, but this is what we
yeah,
do. Me and Nate start talking. This is just me and Nate, guys. So imagine we get a whole panel, but this is just me and him. We do this all the time. So
but this is
we got to get this. But
in the
let's
middle of the week.
let's touch on Tampa Bay game. Going to that, what do you expect out of this game? Do you expect the Falcons? You expect us to win?
My Falcons, my Falcons. One thing that I'm expecting us to win. I may be wrong. but I'm expecting us to win because for some reason I always find
This is a
that
trap game for Tampa. Definitely a trap game.
yeah, I want to say a trap game, but I'm not gonna sit there
Well,
and
it's
give
a
them all.
trap for them because after we just got blown out by the Eagles,
Yeah,
nobody's picking us to win. They're not giving us a chance at all in hell.
true.
So
But I always wonder why we actually come to play against the top notch players, but we look straight sorry against players that teams that we supposed to win.
I don't know. We just get up
Like
against those teams, man.
like that's when these motherfuckers come to practice, come to Flowery Branch, and we say, you know what? Yeah, they got these certain teams circled on their calendar each year. Oh, we gonna really show our capability, but we ain't gonna worry about the rest of these motherfuckers. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I truly believe that Arthur Smith will have a better game plan. I even truly believe that everybody will actually somewhat learn how to actually play fundamental football like they've been playing since arguably Pop Warner.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: he
You know?
better because he ain't got no choice. Because if he comes out and have another performance like he just had, it's gonna be a riot in the A.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's
'Cause I
gonna be
mean,
on and
if we
popping.
don't, if we come out looking like you know, we ain't never played football before in our life, especially like let alone have a. Why would
This
we have an offensive lineman as our offense coordinator, head coach, and our offensive linemen can't fucking block? That boggles my mind.
I don't know, man. And like I
Our
said,
offense- so I
I,
mean, I expect them to somewhat improve, especially on the penalties and the discipline. I expect a better aspect with that. But honestly, I mean, I don't know how Dean Pease is going to attack Tom Brady. That's still up in the air. But I do see us play a whole lot better than what we displayed this past Sunday. I truly do.
well, I'm gonna go on a limb, and I'm gonna say we're gonna upset Tampa Bay, and I say it's gonna be uh 28-24 Falcons, and that's my bold prediction. Do you have a score, Nate, or
I'm going to say, I'm going to try to keep it low. I'm going to say 2017.
okay?
Yeah, I'm going to say 2017. I mean, I expect, Tampa Bay to gain a little control, but at the same time, I expect a better outing from our defense to keep
Yeah.
them from, you know, doing what they want to do. And at the same time, I hope and pray we can actually show teams that they are able to get ran on. Via Veda, I mean, I see the early praises, traditional, most impactful nose tackle. I got a feeling that Arthur Smith is going to come up with a game plan because we got to run the ball. We got
Yeah,
to.
yeah, I think we're gonna come out ready, man. I think we're gonna stick to the run and really drive that home. We're gonna clean up the penalties, which
I
killed us
don't.
a lot
I don't
last
see
week.
us running up the middle.
And yeah, I see a lot of zone stretch
Yeah,
plays, stuff
I
like
see
that.
us getting to the edges quite a bit this
Yeah,
game.
and I also think the pass rush is gonna show up this week and get to Tom Brady. And we're gonna have to, man. Like, you got to get some rush in his face, and that's what I think we're gonna do, man. I think we're gonna come out motivated because we're gonna come knowing that we was embarrassed last week. These players are gonna come with a chip on their shoulder. They're not gonna play the same. I think
Oh
they got something to prove, and I think they're gonna do it, man. I think they're gonna pull it out 28-24.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what I believe.
20-17 is my pick. But
But
yeah, that's
guys, like I said, anything else you want to say, Nate? For
no. I'm good. I think I got enough off my chest. I think I got enough.
okay, we went a little longer, but we had to get it all out, man. Like I said, follow us on Birds of Prey ATL on Facebook, and Birds of Prey ATL on YouTube, and Just Good Network on YouTube. Uh, you know, Just Good Network on Facebook. Uh, follow us, man. Like I said, we are the Flying High Podcast slash Birds of Prey ATL. And until next time, guys, we out.
Peace.